Yo, what's happening, dudes? I'm the guy with the rep for being rude. If you remember that, fuck, you're old. Anyway, this is Shitty Fucking Wizard. I'm here just fucking talking the shit. I haven't done that for a while. Tell a story or something. Back in the day, it was just... there was so many things going on in the old world. You just can't understand it. Like, nobody knew what was beyond the depths, and we just had free reign to do whatever we wanted to do. Nobody knew what was going on. They blamed it on fucking, witches and shit, but it was actually us, the magical underworld, And there is still a magical underworld, not that I really tend to be part of that thing anymore. The magical underworld has got a bit nasty since the invention of the internet, I think, with the connections about people all about the world. It brings on arguments that you normally wouldn't have ever had before, because you just refer to the oldest person, I guess, the oldest and most wisest. You'd go and talk to them, and then they'd sort the issue out. But now, you just go on fucking Wikipedia. Oh, what's abracadabra really mean? Fucking abracadabra. Oh, it's an old thing they used to write on the wall during the Black Plague or some shit like that. And some guy will spout out and go, nah, it's this and that. But, the internet, people just fucking put it down as like, it's be all and end all. But, like, most of the time, it's just someone else writing their opinion. So what does that mean? It's really the same thing. So you can argue now with everybody plus the internet. But that's cool. There was fucking, I don't know, I'll tell you a time, fucking, it was actually in another reality really, but I'll tell you about this. In another reality, when I was a young lad, I got kicked out of home by my parents and sent to my other parent to live, but they didn't realise that I was actually going there to live. So it was a bit of a big fucking mess up and shit like that. So I ended up fucking going there and staying with my gran until my father came back. Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about, but eventually what happens is I get kicked out and I have to fend for myself. So I end up going to a few hostels and shit like that. First of all, I find this fucking, it's like a youth worker lives there, and then you stay in the house. This is when I was about, in this other dimension, when I was about the age of 16 and 17. And fucking, yeah, we had to live with this youth worker, and we just had fucking Centrelink and shit. I had no job, no hope, no any fucking real schooling of any kind. I've always been a bit fucking smart and good with computers and shit, but really at that time I had fucking nothing. And a homeless guy fucking wandering around from place to place, fucking staying here one night. I never really slept on the street, because there's a lot of help. There's a lot of help out there if you know where to look for it. So I went from hostel to hostel, shit like that, and fucking met weirdest people you could ever fucking imagine. Like, there's this one guy, I won't fucking tell you his name, but he was off his nut. I think he'd been sniffing petrol pretty much the majority of his life, and his brain was gone. He walked like he'd had something stuck fair up his ass, and his arms just wanted to fucking do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. He had no control over them as far as I was aware. Yeah, and he used to just smoke fucking weed like it was nothing. Like just a cigarette, he'd roll up a joint and just fucking puff it away. It wouldn't even fucking affect him. He was so nutted. People like that, man. And I met some fucking die-hard musos when I was there. These guys that I met that had come fucking up from, lower parts of New South Wales at the time when I was living over the eastern states in this other dimension. Just shit like that. It was amazing. It was an amazing time. It was very, very nasty and very, very depressing at the time, but certain things you think about when you go back and have a look at it, you go, wow, that was a pretty interesting time in my life, even though it was shit. So some of the shittiest things that you can actually do are fucking rather interesting when you have a look back on them. Like, at the moment, just fucking looking back on my life, I can't even believe how far it's gone. 400 and something years in reality. Fuck. You think back, like, it's just impossible to understand what it was like being that other person. You change. I'm definitely not the same person I was, like, 10 years ago. Not even in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I have memories, and I probably one or two things that I probably still like from when I was that person, but I'm a completely different person now, like, physically and mentally. It's just unbelievably how different you can be, and you look back and go, wow, was that actually me? Like, I don't even recognize some of the youngest photos of me anymore. It doesn't seem like it was even me at any stage in my existence. But yeah, just, you know, going through all that esoteric shit and fucking metaphysical shit, you know, you've read it, you've looked at it, you know, Aleister Crowley and fucking Israel Regardie, and, you know, all that fucking other books and shit in regard to the Golden Dawn and all that sort of really, really high level fucking Masonic magic. If you've got into that stuff, you pretty much understand the nature of reality. If you haven't obtained the highest level, of course, but you still understand the nature of reality. So when you're a wizard and the veil is transparent to you, life is pretty different. Like, wealth and money mean very little to me. Friendship and happiness and family mean more than anything. I really don't give a shit about having things other than just the things I directly need. So if everybody was in a similar situation where they try to fucking, you know, try to want a little less, you'd probably end up making the world a better place. But, you know, and it's the world, make it a better place. You know, it's like, we all live here. Is it what I just don't get short-term thinking. Like, I have children, and I'm sure fair few of these people with money have children, and some of the things that they're doing to destroy the environment and just reality in general, like society and whatever else, it's just, I don't understand it. And there's a couple of other things that piss me off as well. Like, I'm not a fucking cigarette smoker anymore. I haven't smoked cigarettes for probably quite some time. I vape now, which is shit, but, you know, it helps. It's better than fucking smoking, especially when the government is trying to fucking just fuck. It's just nasty what they're doing. They're taxing people and saying it's for their own benefit, but they're not using any of the tax money to help them. And the fact that fucking forms of quitting methods like Nicorette and shit like that aren't fucking subsidized either, which doesn't really fucking make it. They don't give a goddamn about smokers and their health. You know, they don't give a goddamn. They just want to get as much money from this as they can. It's the same with alcohol. They're doing the exact same thing. They're just taxing the fuck out of it. And it's like, well, it's just shit, you know. What are you meant to do? Just come home and fucking pick your nose and watch fucking shit on TV? The shit on TV, oh my god, current affairs shows, fucking one-sided arguments of bullshit, mate, and fucking reality TV shows that are like 28 seasons deep and fucking people that look exactly the same as the last season. You can't differentiate between any of them, and they always have the same type of arguments and shit. You know, it's the same show. You're watching the same fucking show over and over again. It's not any different. That's the fucking definition of insanity. You know, that's why Big Brother fucking died. The first one was the only one you needed to watch. The rest of them was shit. So, you just got to understand these things, mate. Like ads and fucking TV shows and all that, they're just designed to fuck with you, man. They fuck with your head, fuck, and convince you to do things you don't want to do. Like, why do you necessarily need the new Apple phone or the just fucking Android or anything like that? No, why do you need it? It's like the other one was doing pretty good. I understand going from an old cell phone to a smartphone. There is a massive jump there. It's basically a fucking phone to a computer. It's as simple as that. But once you get to a smartphone and you find one you like, and it's doing everything you can and you're not having any complaints with it, why are you fucking going out and buying the new model? And another thing that pisses me off, why the fuck do you think it's a good idea to drive a car into work 20 to 25 minutes by yourself? Nobody else in the car, just you. And then 10 other people, that's 10 fucking cars that could have easily been shit into like 4 or 5, or even less than that. A bus could take that whole 10 load. Do you understand? You're causing the traffic jam. If you're sitting in a car by yourself in a traffic jam, you're the reason there's a traffic jam. It's as simple as that. If you're sitting in a car by yourself going to work, you're the reason there's a fucking traffic jam. As simple as that. Other things that piss me off. It's like you go to an ATM to get money out. If it's not your ATM, your bank's ATM, you end up getting charged somewhere between $2 and $2.80. Nobody ever fucking specifies what that's actually for, other than just transaction charges. But what I could sit in the front of an ATM in the middle of the mall and watch maybe 1,000 people in a day, even just a normal off-the-wall ATM somewhere, you probably get a good 100 people there. That's $250 for doing fucking nothing a day. Thank you very much. That's fucking bullshit. And the next one I hate, I know this is probably a pretty controversial thing, but it's one of my fucking pet peeves. So if it's something that you think is okay, but it's right you anyway. But when you go to a shop or something and you buy something and you ask them to get money out when you buy something on your card and they say no, I think that's a bit rude. And to be honest, I won't ever go back to that store again if they do that to me. Because I think part and parcel of having the ATM and moving into a cashless system is that if I actually need to get cash out, I should be able to do it when I pay for things at my fucking counter. And just about all the shops I go to do this, and they're happy to do that, and I go there all the time. But there's been a few stores I go there, I ask to get money out, and they say, sorry, we don't do cash out. And I'm not happy with that, so I don't buy stuff from there. I walk out. Because it's an inconvenience to me, and this is meant to be a convenience store. That's stupid, but yeah, that's just a pet peeve of mine. It may not be right. If you own a shop, you probably think you're a dick, but you know, that sort of shit. Anyway, I think I rambled on enough. I'm not sure if I've covered everything I fucking wanted to cover. Oh no, there's one more. I remember. This one is a really nasty pet peeve of mine. There's actually a few in the same vein in terms of public transport riding and how you should be courteous to other people on the bus. So firstly, if your headphones make noise when they're in your ears, get better headphones. Don't wear them, don't ride them on the bus. It's fucked. It's annoying. And pretty much everybody, including me, wants to fucking kill you. Number 2, if you have to talk on the phone, do it quietly. Very quietly. Because the bus is quiet, the people on the other end will be able to hear you fine. If you talk quietly directly into the microphone, it's like yelling from a distance. It's exactly the same. So you don't need to yell into the fucking phone, Mr. Cafe, you fucking big nose dick on the bus every fucking morning. If I ever catch you in an area that's apparently allowed to be killing, like, I don't know, a Judgment Day or something like that. If Judgment Day happens tomorrow and I happen to see you around, I'm gonna fucking kill you. But only if I'm allowed to. Do you understand? If there's ever a time where I'm allowed to kill somebody, you're the one I'm coming to fucking kill. And that's fucking crazy, and it's fucking over the top, but it pisses me off. Just that little bit too much. I'm not sure if that's psychopathic or not. I would never want to fucking kill him, to be honest. I just think if I ever had the opportunity and was told, look, you have to kill somebody, he would be the one I'd kill. So, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, just be more courteous in general, really. If you're fucking walking around and there's not much room, try and fucking walk single file or something, you know, or just try and get close, or watch where people are and move out of their way. What sort of fucking dicks are you, you know? You're so fucking head so fucking shoved up your own ass, you don't even notice the people around you. That is just fucking typically nasty. And that is why we can't have fucking nice things. So, this is the Shitty Wizard fucking living up to his name today. The fucking shitty fucking wizard saying, "Durr, fuck you, come to piss me off."
Oh, thank you, tasty little man creature.